Well, we're getting ready for our 17th annual chiming event?
Something like that.
Yeah, well, anyway, we started doing this chiming event back in, I guess on our 40th anniversary, 17 years ago. And you're fixing to hear a little bit of what you could experience if you show up here tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be our chiming event from 9 to 5. And you'll be able to hear everything in here chiming at once. Now, we've got probably close to 100 grandfather clocks that are chiming. Every single wall clock is ticking. We've got dang near 1,000 pieces, if not actually a little over right now, because we've got just about every single rhythm clock that was in their current catalog out on the wall. And they're just lined up and down through here. And we've got a lot of good specials coming. Uh, I mean, we got the very last clocks that Rhythm had in their warehouse. So I've got I think 460 of these and 370 of those and maybe 260 of the other one. And tomorrow you get an extra good special price. And then next day everything goes back up a little bit. But this is just for people who attend our chiming event. Now, the clocks are just now starting to go. We're about 2 minutes maybe before 6 p.m. And I'm pre-recording this because this is a lot clearer than just your average feed. So, what do you got to add to this, Chevy?
I don't know. Get ready because it's starting now.
Yeah, it's fixing to start kicking in.
We'll just take you around the shop and let you listen to it and experience it, and we'd love to see you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We've spent about 2 weeks preparing.
Oop, that one's not running.
Oh. Doing these last minute tweaks.
Yeah. It's wound down, that's why it's not running. All right. So we're trying to get everything going, and this is it's a work and effort continuously to keep all these clocks, just getting them just as close as you can get them. Tubular bells will start kicking in here in a minute. We're talking 2 weeks of preparation to get this stuff going for you. So put your headphones on, sit back and listen to the stereo in this. Now you have to be here if you want to hear 50 or 60 cuckoos going off at once. we can't run those because they run out of space. Most of them, the 8 days, we could go ahead and start up and have them going, but they get started at 9 a.m. in the morning. And of course, we've got, for the first year, we've got our own t-shirt for this year's event. Thanks to Chevy's helped out on the design
Combined
here.
efforts.
Yeah, and we got together, and I'd send him this one, and he'd say, "No, I don't like that." And then I'd send him mine, and he'd say, "No, I don't like that again." And then he'd send me one, and I'd say, "Well, let's do this." And the next thing you know, we finally figured it out.
We got the gray and the blue.
Yeah.
What'd you call it? The dark charcoal gray?
It's
Dark heather gray.
dark heather. Yeah.
And then this rack here are just a few of the wall clocks we got on special. These last rhythm melody
These clocks look like ordinary, plain, everyday clocks. I mean, this would be good in the studio. This might be good in your cabin because it's got old wood look, and this just go anywhere. But these things have got nice melodies that come out of them, and it's a dozen melodies, so you get a different one each hour. And
all well-known songs too. Love Me Tender.
And they change every time you. But I mean, these things you'll see them for like $90, and our everyday price is
$49.95.
yeah, something like that. And so you'll be able to get them even for a better price if you're here tomorrow. But this is just one time. I can't afford to let them go that price all the time, unless you just want to buy them all. But we're going to have them available in 5-packs too for people that want Christmas presents for 5 people. You can't go wrong, you know.
Mix and match.
And then we've got these others over here on this side, which are, I mean, these are really nice quality stuff that you normally can't find stuff this nice. That stuff you go see at Walmart, it's not made this well. But the price tomorrow is going to be a really good price. And I mean, $20 for a quality clock like this, nothing. But
non-ticking
yeah.
and big numbers. So
that's right. They got sweep. You know, some people are sensitive. They sit in the office and they like, I don't want to hear that. Sound like a termite in the wall over there. Well, these things are sweepers, and they're a real smooth, silent drive that you just don't hear anything, and that's good for those who don't like that quartz tick. Now this clock here is another one. It's a real nice model that they've got. It can be hung or set on the mantle. And I mean, every day, $269. You're going to save a lot of money tomorrow.
A lot less for sure on that one.
That's right.
And there's a similar one over here.
We're going to have the legendary rock and roll chicken, but we're down to under 100 of those, and we've sold 400 of them. And so it's sad to see it go, but those things will be sold out by the end of the year, no doubt. And let's see, what else we got around here? Oh yeah, here's this other
chronograph.
This is a real nice clock.
Yeah.
This little piece here is like an anniversary clock, and that's another one we're going to have on a great special. This one here, we did a special buyout on those. We normally had to sell them for like $479, and you can walk out of here for $229. Really nice clock.
But tomorrow.
But tomorrow you get a little better price. And then for those who have fire and police members in their family, these little mechanical babies are just as cute as they can be for a really special price. They're real mechanical movements. I can't buy the works for what we're selling the whole clock for, $79. And it's all German made. Very, very pretty little clocks.
I like the blue.
Yeah. Now, see the difference. This is the same clock. It's $152, but because I've got them in special colors, and it bought them at the right time, you're going to get them for $79.99, and that's the best price on those. Now these little pieces, if you got a granddaughter that you got a little space there in her room, you can put that in there. That is just a beautiful little crystal, and the rose gold is gorgeous. And then if you're into the cone head era, we've got this guy here. It kind of looks like the cone heads, but you're talking about that clock was from 1990 something, and we just happen to still have some of them. And the chronograph, this is going to be such a loss. This was the last crop of this model type of clock, a gadget, widget, chronograph, and several other names that they call them. But this was one of the last ones, and it's the last thing they got a major shipment in, or we wouldn't have had any. And we've got about 40 of these in stock. It's a cool clock. And it's sad. We had Jack and Hero in here from Rhythm, who were the last two Japanese folks from the company still in the company in the U.S.
It's definitely a fun one to watch, and
Yeah.
it's cool that it's got the thermometer and hygrometer as well.
Yeah. And lots for those gearheads out there. I mean, that's good in a shop. I mean, it's kind of got like that chrome and black, so it goes good with Harley Davidsons and things like that, or any kind of bike or any kind of hot rod. That's that chrome and black. I mean, that's the good stuff. But these are real pleasant too. They're real nice for Mom. You want to get something for Mother's Day. These are just beautiful pieces, and they all got beautiful music that goes with it. And see, I grew up listening to these things, and when I started taking piano lessons, it was like, why do I know all these tunes, these classic tunes that my piano teacher wants me to learn? And of course, they start you off on these cheesy versions of it. But I knew it like this, with all the 4-point harmony. And we've got some of the little Kit Kats. They got the solar panels on the side, which is new. This is something that most people have not seen unless you follow Kit Kat. But when the sun's out, his eyes go to town.
Just
Of course, we've got the full-size models. They make a mid-size model too, but the batteries run out pretty quick. So you're changing batteries about every 6-8 months, and that's a little bit frequent for me. So I'm picky, and I just don't bring it in. So, and then of course this one here came and it went. I mean, we've had it here less than
6 months.
Yeah, a lot less than 6 months.
Yeah.
And all it took was for one of Chevy's videos to get out and the right person saw it, and it's going out of town. But really, really beautiful piece. But we've still got it here to enjoy it for the chiming event. And when you come in tomorrow, for those of you who can make it, we've got a little flyers laying around that's telling all the special prices. See that special price? Nope.
Nope.
Can't see it. Can't see it. And because of rhythm being where it is, for those of you who are really into rhythm, you can take a really cool dealer's catalog. These are dealer's catalogs. Normal individuals weren't distributed these. You had to be a dealer to get it, and they might send out an individual picture for you, but this gives all the details of all the rhythm clocks. I mean, this is like looking in that catalog of wonderful things that you always wanted to have. And for those of you who are rhythm collectors, and boy, there's a bunch of you out there, You know, this is the kind of stuff you look at and you say, well, one of these days I might run across this thing. And it's
And
got,
just about every single one in there we got in stock.
yep.
So as of recording this,
And crazy
maybe not for
stuff,
long.
crazy stuff. This clock here has been in stock here for 30 years. 30 years. And you know how long it's been sitting on the floor? Take a guess. About 2 weeks. Yeah, this thing, we literally just found it in the box. We had one out with the green columns. We got 4 of each of them and just had no clue that we had them until we started looking for something else out in the warehouse. And that's what happens when you got too many clocks. And so if you can make it out tomorrow, we're supposed to have 71 degrees weather. We're not going to have any rain till tomorrow night. Right out here, we're going to be serving hot dogs and a bunch of Sam's cookies and all kinds of chips, different kinds of soda, pop, Coke, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and well, we've got a lot of Coke products, and you know, everybody can come out and have a good time. Bring your kids with you. Keep an eye on them, and
Don't touch the Baron.
Yeah, well, that's why we put it up so high.
Please do not touch the Baron.
And then we got. Does this one got a movement?
Yeah, hit the little button under the.
I didn't know it was running. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It's battery operated, but it's got a real bellows in it, and that's kind of cool, you know.
The crazy thing, it only takes one AA battery for that too.
Yeah. Well.
Auto night shut off.
Leave it to rhythm. And of course, when you come in now, the shop's had a facelift. We actually had some damage on December 29th from a bad storm come through. And so we've done some neat things. The upstairs is all are pretty much our museum, and the tower clock sitting up there has been running somewhere for over 150 years. I mean, that was built in 1865. Since the tree hit the top of the building, we was worried about our support a little bit, so we added cable supports to help the building in the event that another tree hits it, it didn't collapse. So we don't want none of that. And come on, let me show you the new clock face. This is something that my dad and I painted this thing and installed it back in 1982. And it had the original paint on it. So for those of you who've been here in the past, you've been seeing a slowly deteriorating clock face. And you see we kind of got a little patch up here on the side of the building. But while we had some great workers here, Thompson family out of, I guess they're probably out of Villarica or somewhere. But Thompson Family Construction is the ones that did this. But look how pretty that clock face is. I mean, that dial's 124 years old. And like I say, Dad and I installed that in 1982 while I was still in high school. And these guys did a beautiful painting and restoration job on that for us. And it's just good to see it looking that good. Of course, we're also part of the Douglas County Film Trail, and that just means that our business or something in the shop has been part of the some movie or whatever, and we've been a part of several movies. So we've also got memorabilia, and we've got some behind the scenes stuff from Red One, the newest Santa Claus movie that come out here in December. You know, we've got some clocks from that. You can actually buy one that was actually in the movie, you know. It was brief, but it was in the movie. And then we've got stuff from House with a Clock in Its Walls, and all the sounds were recorded right here for that. And when you hear their big clock strike in the movie, that was our clock striking, but it was done with added sound effects to make it sound deep and slow and underwater sort of sounding. But anyway, um, try to make it out tomorrow if you can. You know, bring your friends, bring your family. You can meet Chevy. He's famous. He's got 150,000 followers on TikTok, and he goes around. There he is. He's going to hide now, but tell him how to find you, Chevy.
At Timeless Clocks on TikTok, Timeless Moments on YouTube, TM Clocks on Instagram, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, and see, he's also the originator of the "Hey baby, wake up, come and dance with me, rock and roll chicken" T-shirt.
I may not have been alive whenever the original one came out, but this man behind me here is the one that made my love for it. Or created created the chaos within my mind.
Yeah, it's nice to be a grandfather to a clock, you know, because so many of these little crazy alarm clocks sold, thousands of them sold during the 90s, and they become a nostalgic member of the family. And so when I made the suggestion that they bring this thing back into production, you know, why don't you bring that rock and roll chicken back? Do you realize how much these things bring on eBay? I'm talking $200 to $400. Really? So the next thing you know, 750 of them pop into the United States, and we were lucky enough to sell or get 440 of them, I think. So it's time to do the dance. All right, and this is something that Chevy started. You know, it's like you get the.
Hey baby, wake up, come and dance with me. Wow, yeah.
Okay, before we embarrass ourselves, try to make it to the Chiming event tomorrow. And thanks for watching. And we hope you get to come see some clocks with us.
We'd love to see you. Thanks for all the love and support. And until next time,
Champsclock.com,
champsclock.com.
Douglasville, Georgia, 3834 King Drive, Douglasville, Georgia.
We'll come right over here to the flyer. Bada bing, bada boom. Come see us tomorrow and experience the beautiful chaos of over 1,000 clocks chiming all on the hour. See you next time.